Welcome to From the Den podcast, providing Bears and NFL fans alike with compelling news, discussion, and debate. I'm your co-host Benjamin, joined alongside my dear friend and co-host Oren.
Hey Benjamin, let's get right into it. As always, kickoff starts now.
Do you think that that the amount of money that the Bears have spent on the tight ends is worth it?
Well, it depends. I think that the Bears have the right idea of spending money on tight ends because any single Matt Nagy offense revolves around a tight end. The tight end is the most important position, besides for quarterback, obviously. But a tight end is one of the most, if not the most important position in a Matt Nagy offense. That's how they succeed. Kansas City has Travis Kelce. The Eagles not only have Zach Ertz, but they have Dallas Goedert. And the Bears, who do they have? They don't really have anyone.
They had 2 years ago. They didn't have. Did they have Burton 2 years ago?
They had him in 2018.
Yeah. All right, go on.
But even then, he wasn't that amazing. But the Bears' offense was middle of the pack. And you can see this year, the Bears' leading tight end, the Bears' receiving leader, who was a tight end, had 94 yards. It kind of goes to show that the Bears had such a lack of production. I think it was the Bears had the least amount of receiving yards from a tight end for a Bears team since 1971.
Mm-hmm.
When back then, tight end wasn't even really considered a receiving position. It was still a blocking position. And I think that the Bears have the right idea in mind, but they didn't get the right players. So I'm happy with the idea. They want to spend a lot of money, but don't go after Jimmy Graham and try to sign him to a lot of money.
Are you in favor of last year when one of their main problems was clearly the kicker? They went out and brought in 10 kickers. Everyone knows about that crazy competition that ended with Eddie Pinheiro, who had a pretty good season, but he messed up a few times. So do you agree with the way Nagy likes to target his deficiencies by just taking in a lot of players, or would you rather that he just targets one good player rather than trying to go do 10 players and narrow it down?
Well, the problem with the tight end position is it seems like he's trying to do both. He's giving Jimmy Graham the tight end one position money. He's drafting Cole Kmet as a tight end one position draft pick, yet they Bears still have 9 tight ends. So it just shows how important the position is. The kicker position is a bit different because it's not like they signed any kicker to a lot of money. It's not like this. It's not like that. They were just trying to see which kicker would fit the Bears team best. They're signing Jimmy Graham to a lot of money. They didn't draft a kicker. They didn't draft a kicker at all. They didn't spend any draft picks on a kicker. Here, they drafted a second-round pick on a tight end. And again, kickers aren't one kicker or 2 kickers ever have been drafted in the second round or higher. But the Bears didn't spend a 7th rounder or 6th rounder on kicker. They didn't spend a lot of money. They didn't spend a lot of draft capital. So the Bears tight end position is a bit different because it has big money.
And it has bigger implications.
Yeah, from all different locations, a lot of players. So it's different. And I wouldn't say I'm really happy with the approach because either go one way or the other. Really spend a lot of money on this position, but get quality players like an Austin Hooper. The Bears could have signed Eric Ebron, who, in my opinion, is a lot better than Jimmy Graham.
Well, Eric Ebron is also it might have just been because of his being a red zone threat, and that's also what Jimmy Graham was. I mean, he was. Maybe they could have gotten Eric Ebron for less money, though.
I think that the Steelers signed him for not that much money, but
yeah.
I think it might have been the same amount as Jimmy Graham. But the thing is that he's such a better tight end. He's a bit more injury prone, and he drops the ball more often. But his production just outmatches Jimmy Graham by a mile. And it bothers me that the Bears are unable to find a tight end in an offense where they need a tight end. And it's not only Ryan Pace's fault because Matt Nagy also has a big input into this. And Matt Nagy probably wanted Jimmy Graham as much as Ryan Pace did because I think Matt Nagy might have a bigger input in this tight end position, who they get, because it's his offense. He knows who he needs. And him getting Jimmy Graham, I think, just is terrible.
Well, if you're just saying – you just said he knows who he needs, then why are you suddenly doubting the Jimmy Graham signing?
Because I'm not suddenly doubting it. I think it was a terrible signing. I think that the idea of signing a tight end to a lot of money was good if they were to get a big name free agent, like if they were to get an Austin Hooper.
Yeah, well, honestly, I know what you meant when you said big name, but I think Jimmy Graham is a big name tight end just because of his years in New Orleans. but still, yeah, I understand what you mean. A big player tight end, just a better player.
If you enjoyed this episode of From the Den, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video.
Or if you're a Packers fan, remember to dislike and leave a nasty comment. Click the links on the screen to access additional content.